You probably don't spend enough time doing nothing. Just being, not doing. I know I didn't. When I was really not that long ago, and I was going to therapy, I remember my therapist told me one thing, and that my biggest coping mechanism, the one that I didn't see and didn't even realize was a coping mechanism, was performance. And I've thought about that over the past couple years. I've realized that performance for me just looks like doing. It's like being able to check things off of a checklist so that I feel like I'm in control. And I think what I've been really afraid of, especially when I'm in those moments of performance, is being out of control, is not knowing what's going to come next. And I've realized now that there is no knowing what's next. And as long as you resist that not knowing, that the unknown, if you resist the unknown instead of accept it and take it in and live into it, do nothing, you create a world where you're full of anxiety and you're grasping and grabbing for things that don't actually bring any sort of fulfillment. And I've done that for most of my life. It's really only been not even a year that I've gotten to this point where I feel like I can sit and I can be. And it's taken practice, being intentional, setting aside the time to actually try. And I'm talking 5 minutes, 5 minutes long. I literally just started doing 10 minutes. But I feel like the thing that it's unlocked for me, and that it might unlock for others, is the ability to walk in the unknown without fear, without the anxiety, without the constant struggle. The feeling of fighting all the time, it's exhausting. I don't think it's how we were meant to live. It's one of those aspects of being human that is inevitable for everyone, but also something that we can learn and grow into letting go of. And it's not about perfection. It's not about having a lack of that anxiety or that fear all of the time, but rather the ability to choose in that moment. And there's so many people saying the same thing in so many different ways. But really I think the key practice, the key thing to do is nothing. At least in this season that I'm in, it's been the most powerful, profound thing for me to be silent and to sit and to do nothing. So that sounds easy on the surface. Once you're in it, things start to get a little bit jumbled up. So I'll walk you through how I think about this. Not even think how I walk through it, how I do it. Because I feel like the point is not to think about it, but rather to be. And for me, that looks like closing the eyes. I put headphones on, like earmuffs, to kind of help with the silence. You can put earplugs in. And then I just notice. It's a practice of just noticing. Not judging, noticing. Not doing, just noticing. Your thoughts, your emotional feelings, your physical sensations. You can notice your breathing, but you don't want to think about it. You don't want to do anything but let it be there. And when you do that for an extended period of time, even starting at just 5 minutes, you begin to build a separation from the identification that you have with your thoughts, with your feelings, with your physical body even. And you start to identify with whatever it is that is noticing that's within. And when you connect with whatever that is, that witness, that noticing being that is at the core, then life outside, as it throws things at you, becomes a lot less scary, a lot easier to deal with. And you become less tied to things on the outside world, in the outside world, whether it be relationships, physical, material items, money, outcomes, any of this stuff. It doesn't become interesting anymore, something to be afraid of losing anymore, even down to your own life. And I think it's a double-edged sword, because you can start to then attach yourself to this identification of noticing and being the witness or being the watcher. But the point is to be able to let go and not to resist what is, and just to be in what is. And that practice of being in what is gives you the sense of freedom, the peace, the inner peace that you're longing for. So as I think about this practice, this being instead of doing, this morning, I just wanted to share it with you. And if any of that resonates, if any of that makes sense, please drop me a comment. Share this video with someone that you think this could be useful for. I'll see you again in 2 weeks. Thanks.